Here. And boom, it's show time. It is 9 o'clock. It's time for the realest talk in sports. We are called In the Paint. My name is Angus Black, aka Rodney Jones, and also joining me is the man that created the show, Mr. Mark A. Cunningham, known on here as Max 611. Brother, hope all is well. How you feeling? How are you feeling?
Great. I feel great. I feel
right.
great.
You had me concerned there for a second. Okay.
Do you hear anything in the background?
Yes, I do. I can hear a TV or something, radio, but I do hear it clearly. Yes.
Hold on.
You might want to take care of that. Well, while we're holding on, let me bring my brother in. I don't think his mic is live yet, but Dom, whenever you want to join us, you're live. Oh, let's see if he's live now. What's up, Dom?
Good evening, gentlemen.
All right, there he is. How you doing, sir? Good evening to you, sir.
How you doing, fellas?
Uh-oh.
I'll put my earbuds
Everything.
in.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. You know, we're over here chilling. Everything is going well. We're going to have a nice little discussion about some sports. You know, one of your favorite, probably the NFL. Maybe some basketball here and there, but we here, brother. We here. You know what I'm saying? Mac, you ready to rock on or what? Mac, are you ready to? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, here we go. I don't know what's up. He's not saying anything.
Oh, can you still hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
All right.
Maybe he wants to. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this guy.
Do you still hear background noise?
Yes, I can. I can hear background noise. Do you want to mute yourself or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself for a few.
Okay, no problem. And with that, Dom, here we go. We're going to talk about some NFL action, specifically from last night's game on, the Monday Night Football deal with the beloved New York Giants going against the Dallas Cowboys in the Meadowlands last night. Dallas was victorious 23-16. I told you. I said this during our preview that Dallas was gonna take this game. I thought it'd be a little bit closer, but they played a hell of a game. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people, especially in our Facebook group, were saying how this really wasn't on Daniel Jones. We know we have talked about this man extensively during his time here in New York as a starting quarterback of the New York Giants, and how largely ineffective he has been, mostly ineffective during his stint here. And I don't think that was the case last night. They didn't win because of him, that's for sure. He didn't take over the game like an elite quarterback or even a good quarterback would do. He definitely didn't take over. And, well, it showed. And, of course, you had to throw the obligatory interception at that last drive, killing all hopes of a tie, possibly a victory. Dallas played a good game. Let's give it to him. You know? Mac, are you live?
Yeah. That totally wasn't his fault that they lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say that, like you said, he didn't take over the game, and the interception wasn't. I wouldn't put it necessarily on him because the receiver slipped and fell, but he shouldn't have threw it. He threw it anyway.
Right. He did throw it. So what are you gonna do? You know?
But that being said, guys, I happen to watch this game because I'm a Barkley guy.
For sure.
You can't get outplayed by a backup quarterback.
That's right.
Nobody's saying it was totally his fault, fellas. Mm-hmm. But you can't get outplayed by a backup. And he did. This guy threw for 200 and something yards. Mm-hmm. And he threw for 100 and something. And, guys, 3-4 years ago, I told you I feel bad for my boy from Penn State that he would suffer with this team. Mm-hmm. And this is Saquon Barkley now. He's in a no-win situation. When he does have good games, they do this shit. I mean, he was running good. He had 80-something yards.
Right.
But we can't keep missing this, guys. I mean, I'm not an NFL fan, but I watch it and I said, this guy is who he is. That Danny Dimes lasted 5 minutes, and he's Daniel Jones. We can't avoid this no more.
Yeah. And I'm ashamed that he even has my last name, to be honest. I'm just like, why are you gonna
I didn't even think of that, Rodney.
My government, I'm like, dude, really? You can't represent the Joneses better than this nonsense? Come on, bro. You know what the thing is, man? It's time, and I get it. They were 2-0 before the game, but it's time for Tyrod Taylor to take over. Why are we delaying the inevitable? You understand what I'm saying? This guy's not going to lead this team to anything great. Nothing whatsoever. Yeah, you started off 2-0, but that was not because of you. That's for sure. The defense, let me just talk about defense for a second. They let this team down yesterday because I think Dallas had like 30-something carries for like a total of 170-something yards during this game. And like Dom had said, yeah, Cooper Rush had a pretty damn good game. It was a recipe for disaster, man. It really was. Thank God. And this game could have been worse because if CeeDee Lamb didn't drop that pass where he was wide open, making his way to the end zone, a pass that he normally catches, he must have thought it was too damn easy. He was, this is 6 on the board, and his concentration got messed up. He just dropped the ball. This could have been a game that was blown open if he had made that catch.
But here's the weird thing again, guys, and I'm not going to make this a Rodney Jones family member situation, but every statistic was fairly close. If you look at all the numbers, guys, it was pretty close. Total yards, rushing yards.
Okay.
But he almost had as many yards rushing as he did passing. Daniel Jones. Right. Think about that. He had 79 yards rushing and 196 yards passing. I mean, really. But when they needed him, when you need your quarterback to do what your like you just said, here's a backup quarterback who he played last year. Okay, he's undefeated.
Yes, he is.
You know that, right? He's undefeated.
3-0 games he started. He's 3-0. Exactly.
Now you take what he did in the situations he was supposed to be that quarterback, including Lamb's drop.
Right.
That game ain't even this close, guys. Let's just be honest. The game is not that close. And that's a backup doing this to your starter.
Right.
Again, y'all are the football guys. I mean,
we got another football guy that's with us. My man DU from Talking Trash Sports, the Facebook page, which I'm a member of, proud to be a member. And I also join his podcast from time to time when I'm able to catch it on Sundays. What's going on, bro? How you feeling, man?
Angus, my brother, what's going on? How you doing, man?
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. I'm doing well, man. Good to have you on, man.
Yeah. I see you talking about
That was a tough one for you, huh?
Yeah, man. Yo, Daniel Jones. I mean, it was even tougher for Daniel Jones, right?
Right.
Yeah. Are you a Giants fan?
Oh, 100%.
Word. Big time Giants fan.
Yeah,
dude.
Man.
It was bad, man. It was bad, man. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How do you feel? I just said not too long ago, it's time to stop delaying the inevitable. Bring in Tyrod Taylor. Here's a guy that's careful with the ball. You understand? He's mobile. He's not an adventurer after 3 seconds of holding the ball back in, you know what I'm saying, in the pocket or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it'd be a vast improvement. Some might disagree, but look at what DJ is doing. He's not doing anything. He's he's in quicksand.
Man, look, like you said, like I mean, I'm running this line forever right now.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have the complexion for the protection last night, right? but
right.
He's their guy. And you know what I mean? He's their guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look, they was making excuses for him all on ESPN last night. They was like, even Greeny on what's Greeny's show on ESPN? I forgot the name of it.
Get Up.
Yeah, get up. Thank you.
Okay,
Greeny
okay.
was making excuses for him, like, hey, he wasn't getting any help. But Daniel Jones is not a playmaker.
Right.
He's not a playmaker. He'll sit in the pocket. Hey, granted, Evan Neal had a horrible night last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have the confidence to say, hey, yo, with a minute and a half left, Daniel Jones is going to take you down the field and get a touchdown. You don't. Nobody felt that. I'm sitting on the couch with my wife, and she was like, "Oh, this game is over."
Damn.
This game is over.
Exactly,
right?
bro.
Turn off the TV, go to sleep because it's over.
Right.
But he, like you said, like, and I would love for them to go to Tyrod Taylor right now, but they're not going to do it until like it gets drastic and it gets ugly. He's going to have to lose about 4 or 5 games in a row before they give up on him. That's what I feel.
You know what? I hear you. Okay, Dom. Mm-hmm.
But since we got a Giants fan on here, what ends will justify the means going to Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's basically at this point a career backup. Nothing against that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, will the ends? Let's say they bring in Taylor, and they still have a losing record, but they're not in a good enough position to draft another quarterback next year, which they need to. Let's just be honest. We've seen this guy. He is what he is. I mean, again, we got a Giants fan on the line, so he's really the go-to guy. I'm just asking, what ends will justify the means bringing in Taylor above Jones?
I mean, it's that saying, like, they, stop the bleeding, right? So they at some point they will have to stop the bleeding. Like the Giants didn't extend them, right? So they kind of know somebody in that organization knows, hey, this might not be our guy. Right?
Yes, sir.
So eventually they will have to stop the bleeding.
There you go.
I mean, they are 2-1. I think they play the Bears. Yeah, they play the Bears next week.
Yes.
If they go 3-1, I mean, I'll be honest. I told you this early on, Rodney. I didn't realize he ran for that many yards last night.
Right.
He almost ran for as many yards as Barkley. I didn't know he had that in him.
No, he's an athletic.
He is
quarterback. He runs, but again, he's not the guy. Like he's not, like Talking Trash said.
He's not.
They didn't extend him because they have a new coach, new GM. New coach and new GM are going to get their guy. It's not him. He's a placeholder till the end of the year, whether he plays well or he plays bad, and he's playing average. He has moments, and then he has really bad moments. He's going after this year, and I think the Giants have a relatively easy schedule, so they can be either 9-8 or 7-10 or worse.
I don't see 9-8. And our boy, by the way, Reggie said, "What's up?"
My man, Reg. What's up, Reg?
Yeah. Speaking of that, he says, "How about fixing the O line?" They saw obviously the Giants. Well, yeah.
Evan Neal was a turnstile last night. On the other side, the other tackle played relatively well. The interior line didn't play well either.
Right.
They have been winning because of Saquon Barkley and the defense. The previous game, Saquon gutted it out. He didn't have a great game, but he had a relatively okay game, and the defense won the game. Daniel Jones won't win games with his arm. He won't win games with his legs. So he's an adventure every time he has the ball.
Right. Reggie is going in. He's like, keep his ass upright, then we could judge, bro.
And that's weird, R.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're talking a backup versus your starter.
Right.
That backup threw for more yards, less interceptions, and didn't get sacked once.
Right.
But meanwhile, your starting quarterback was on his ass 5 times.
Right. And he was pressured, 24 times,
And he ran for 70-something yards.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Jones really looks like a career backup quarterback, to be honest.
Yeah.
In today's game. Agreed. Like he's Frank Ntilikina. That's who Daniel Jones is.
Oh, don't say that. Not that guy, man.
I'll never forget Fran Fraschilla when Frank Ntilikina got drafted. He said he's a lifetime backup, and that's how I look at Daniel Jones right now.
I feel you. Okay, I feel you.
Yeah. Good observation.
Indeed.
I think he's a little more of an upgrade than Frank Ntilikina.
A slight one. Exactly.
Very slight, yes, very slight.
And if I made Reg mad, I'm sorry, Reg. You know you my guy.
Dude,
I hope I make Reg mad.
Hey, DU, man, he ain't worried. He's bowling right now. You know what I'm saying? He's in his
not to get off subject, but did you hear the stories about Dallas? Not to get off football, but the Dallas Mavericks, due to the fact they lost Brunson, are going to give Ntilikina more of a role this season.
Yeah.
Wow.
We know he can do one thing. He can play defense.
Right.
He can play defense.
He can.
He got long arms. That's why the Knicks drafted him. Remember, he had long arms.
Yeah. He can.
Wow.
They're going to find out what we found out.
Wait a minute. Let me get back to this. I got our brother in the chat room, my man Ronan Black. He said he watched the film earlier. Tyrod Taylor isn't the answer. The O-line was trash, which I totally believe. They blew a lot of blatant holding calls on the New York Giants O-line. They couldn't contain the Dallas pass rush. That's a fact. Derek Lawrence was in their ass last night. You understand?
Ooh, who has the background?
I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So
my bad.
Hey, it's all good. Listen, it happens, man. It happens, brother. But we're gonna get to that basketball talk, Dom. Hopefully you're around.
Hopefully I'll be around, yeah.
Hopefully you'll be around. So with that being said,
hold on.
Yeah,
hold on. The thing with Daniel Jones is, I don't want to keep harping on the previous GM, but you don't draft a guy from Duke. You don't draft a guy who had a mediocre record at Duke. You don't draft a guy who had mediocre stats at Duke. You don't draft people from Duke with first-round picks, period. It's not a football school. You don't draft quarterbacks from Duke, and that's the problem. Nobody was going to pick him up in the first round. Nobody was going to pick him in the second round. Probably nobody was going to pick him in the third round. In fact, I think Keith Sweat was playing at his pro day. Nobody.
You're an ass, dude. What the hell's wrong with you?
Stupid. Stupid.
Well, they could have did better by drafting somebody from USC. And you know how I feel about USC quarterbacks. Okay.
I'd have to go back, guys. What quarterback was actually in that draft when he was?
Josh Allen.
May he rest in peace.
Josh Allen.
The one I can remember was Dwayne Haskins. So
Haskins.
Josh Allen was picked right after him.
Haskins got picked right after me, right? Yeah.
Josh Allen got picked after Daniel Jones.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Marquise, I think that was an offensive lineman.
I looked at it yesterday. Hold on, y'all keep talking.
Okay.
Wow.
And I'll tell y'all the draft order.
If they let Josh Allen go,
I think they did. That's why I was saying I remember Haskins now. I do remember Haskins, but that was he was a big question mark too.
Well,
right, Josh Allen.
Haskins was a big question mark too. As a matter of fact, where is he today?
Yeah, I mean he passed on. He got
passed on.
Right.
Kyler Murray was picked first.
Yes.
Right.
Nick Bosa was picked second. Quinlan Williams was picked third by the Jets.
Right.
Cleveland Ferrell was picked fourth by Oakland. Devin White was picked fifth by Tampa Bay. The Giants picked Daniel Jones. And then Josh Allen was picked by Buffalo.
Wow.
I mean, oh no, this is the wrong Josh Allen. Excuse me.
Yeah, I
Thought
thought it was the.
Oh, it's a Josh Allen that played for Jacksonville. My fault. Wrong draft.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Whew. I'm about to say.
So that's what I was getting at. There wasn't many quarterbacks that were really, I don't know.
And Dwayne Haskins was picked 15th.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And how many quarterbacks were picked in between that, Mark? From Jones to Haskins?
None.
See?
Well, they still made a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? That was Gittleman trying to be the smartest guy in the room. As like
I mean,
likes to say.
We kind of knew, like as a Giants fan, look, he's in year 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been supporting Daniel Jones because I'm a Giants fan to the end.
Okay.
But I had to be a realist this season and just admit that he's not the guy.
No.
We knew, I mean, everybody knew that Daniel Jones wasn't the guy probably in year 2.
I knew he wasn't a guy at draft day. when they picked him out, I said no bueno.
Max 6'11" is hating hard. Let me just read a comment from my boy Ronan Black. He said on Daniel Jones, to be fair, he has had 3 different offensive schemes in his first 4 years. Cat is on his 3rd head coach in 4 years. Okay.
It's true.
Sort of like Lakina.
Oh, my man. The bishop is here. I forgot your mic is live, brother. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you can make all the excuses that you want. At the end of the day, if you can't play quarterback, you can't play quarterback. That's just plain and simple. You could say the offensive line, you could say the coordinator, you could say the receivers, the water boy, the towel girl, whoever you want to. At the end of the day, the dude is not a starting quarterback in the NFL, and that's plain and simple. It's plain and simple. It's year 4. You still don't understand how not to roll to the strong side of the defense out of the pocket. It's like how is the offensive line going to protect you if you're rolling away from them? Their backs are turned to you, so they're keeping the pocket as long as they can, but you out of the pocket doing something else.
Right.
And you can't throw from the left side. How many passes does he make from the left side of the field? None.
Rarely, never.
None. So,
hey, Bishop, are you a Giants fan?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Frustrated. I'm frustrated.
I hear it in his voice.
I'm a frustrated Giants fan because I have to sit and watch this debacle for the last 4 seasons. And it's like, okay, so the Giants already know. They didn't extend him, so they already know. It's like, oh, well, he's playing for this, he's playing for that. It's like, again, you could say, oh, there wasn't quarterbacks. That the Giants are still fighting the power and not getting one of these young black quarterbacks in there, which is where the NFL is going. It's like it's going away from those prototypical small white guys who really don't have that are not fast. These linemen are quick. They're faster than ever, and they keep getting faster each year. It's like at least with Eli Manning wasn't the greatest, but if he was getting sacked, he would tuck the ball in and take the hit. He would stay
or he would throw it away, or he would throw an interception.
Or he throw an interception, yeah.
Right.
But he would keep the chain. No, he would keep the chains moving.
Right.
5 to 7 yard passes. He would 5 to 7 yard pass you.
Listen, he was a professional quarterback.
Right, and keep consistent. And it's like consistency. Okay. You don't have to be great. There was a couple of passes. I'm like, dude, like who's going to catch that? That last interception, the dude fell. You didn't have to throw the ball. You threw it directly to the defender. He fell. You watched him fall. You watched the receiver fall.
And then you threw it.
Still threw the ball directly into the defender's arm. Like it was such a great catch. Like he didn't even have to do it. It hit him right between the numbers. The defender. It's like, it just sucks the air out of the game. And he's had way too many of those moments.
So, y'all know I meant to text the group, but I text Ronan. I said, watch him throw, watch him do an obligatory. And I was trying to talk to Carl, but it went to Ronan instead. And sure enough, that next play, interception.
So how do you, as an offensive coordinator, make up plays that is 3 seconds, because 3 seconds or less, he gets rid of the ball. It's okay. Anything over 3 seconds, like I keep telling you, anything over 3 seconds, something's bad is going to happen. Right. Something bad is going to happen. Yesterday, he did surprise me by scrambling for like extra yards and first downs and stuff. But it's like, you're a quarterback, you're small. Why are you absorbing hits? Why are you absorbing hits?
Even with him scrambling, he's just so apprehensive, man. You know, like he was scrambling, but it's like, did it really matter? Like when you look at the Giants only have one real playmaker, and that's Saquon Barkley.
That's why he's always hurt, because of the overusage and the missed. It's like, the Giants, to me, this season, last season, season before, they have zero margin for error. So any opportunities that you get to score, you have to put points on the board. They can't.
They go as far as Saquon's legs and as far as the defense holds them. I think the defense was worn out from the first 2 games.
So here's I mean, I'm not a quarterback. I never played football before. I watch sports. It's like 5 to 10 yard passes, throwing it in the pocket where only your guy can catch it. And if your guy can't catch it, it's not a catchable ball. Like, as the players in stride, it's like Peyton Manning was really good at that. Throwing it in stride. You take 1-2 steps. By the time you take your second step, the ball is right there in your breadbasket. It's like, dude, you've had 4 seasons. 4 seasons. You had Eli Manning. You had a blueprint on how you could be successful and not really be good. Eli Manning had 2 left feet. He had 2 left feet, and he got 2 championships out of that, throwing 5 to 7 yard passes during these games and just being consistent. They had a great defense. Don't get me wrong. Giants always had a great defense, but you still got to score the ball.
The Giants also had great receivers.
Right.
But throughout Eli's tenure, he always had a really good number 1 receiver. He always had a good guy in the slot.
So what makes a good receiver? A good receiver.
Catch ratings.
What makes a good receiver? The traits that make a good receiver is you have confidence that your quarterback is going to get you that ball. You have confidence, even if he's laying you out to get hit. You know you're going to get that ball. So
not only that, Bishop. Catch radius. If a guy is a scatter arm and he can't throw the ball to your hands, to your body where you can catch it, you make up for that by going and get it, like a Plaxico. Because Eli wasn't the most accurate.
Right.
And guys like Plaxico Burress made it better for him. Guys like Victor Cruz made it better for him. Odell made it easy for him. Notice he had 3 great receivers through his career. Daniel Jones has Sterling, who's now injured and done for the season.
Yeah, but you got receivers 5 to 10 yard passes. They're in the NFL. They should be able to catch 5 to 7 yard passes.
I can agree with that.
I'm not asking you to throw the ball 30 yards. I'm not asking you to run a route. I'm saying cross routes, 5 to 7 yards. They should all be capable of doing that.
Bishop, he's not accurate. He doesn't have touch. He can't put balls in windows.
Well, Ronan just basically said the same thing. He's like, well, they couldn't control the pass rush. The OC should have tried calling quick slants and drag routes to get the ball out of Jones's hand and try to slow down that pass rush. You know,
right?
Yeah, but there were 8 to 10 times that he just rolled out of the pocket, directly into the defense, and that's not the offensive line's fault. I'm sorry. Like, that's not the offensive line's fault if you roll out of the pocket directly into the defense.
Well, he had happy feet.
Right. Okay. Oh man. Let's keep it moving, man. Still staying in the lane of the NFL. All right, I found this particularly interesting. Los Angeles Rams head coach Brandon Staley letting injured quarterback Justin Herbert continue to play in a blowout. Again, that game was against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the score was like 38-10. This could, let me tell you something. When I first saw this, and I was like, wait, what do you mean he's still letting him play? during this game, during a blowout game. This right here is like your coaching life decision to me, because if this guy sustained a lengthy injury during this game, he would have got fired. I don't even know if he would have made it through the season, because that's just signaling stupid to me. Why would you risk your franchise quarterback, a very, very good young quarterback like Herbert? You understand what I'm saying? And just throw him out like that. He must not like the guy, because I just don't understand that. The guy's already injured.
Yep, with bad ribs.
Yeah, and now you're gonna leave him out there during a blowout? Really?
Who's the backup?
Is this the Chargers? Is this the Chargers' first win?
No.
Nah.
They didn't win. They got blew out. They won the first week, I think.
No, he said, what's their record?
1-2.
1-2, yeah.
Right. 1-2.
Probably the best 1-2 football team in the NFL.
Probably, yeah. For sure.
Now, he gave two answers. Here's one of them. He said Herbert wanted to be out there with his teammates, and he felt good, and he wanted to finish the game. He said that after the game. A day later, he switched it up a little. He says, it was my decision to put him on the field, but you're talking to your players throughout the game. Staley said, it definitely was my decision to keep them out there. What I was communicating is the dialogue that took place before that decision was made. When you're in the fire like that, you're always doing things together. All of the decisions that are made out there on that football field go directly through me. And that's why I'm ultimately responsible. I take full responsibility for it. I've tried to communicate that the best I can.
That's good to say. That's good to say on Monday morning.
But let me finish.
They were down 30. They were down 31-10 to start the fourth quarter.
Right.
Not only did you keep him in the game the whole damn game, he threw the ball 45 damn times. 45 times. Mm-hmm. Now, if Herbert's saying he's good to go, he's not hurt, fine. But even that being said, he suffered an injury last week. Let's say he recovered miraculously. He's the next Avenger.
Right.
But you still got him out there, and you're down 31-10 in the start of the fourth quarter.
Stupid.
You're down 3 scores. Then you went down 4 scores. Then you went down 38-10.
Yeah.
And he's still in the game.
You know what, Dom? Here's the thing, and Mark, let me respond to what you had said about what the coach's statement. That second statement, he sounds already like a guilty party. He sounds no. I'm serious. He knew that he fucked up at that point. He knew it, and you could just the statement alone. He knows he's guilty as fuck. He probably will get fired. I hope he does.
Why would you do that? I mean, your quarterback has broken ribs, I believe. Now, him playing in a blowout, it's early in the season. Get him out of there. And like Ronan said, this was a game you were losing. So you get him out there, let your backup play, and you get him ready for next week, or help him heal, because his ribs are going to be a lingering thing for the rest of the season, probably.
So that second response was a politically correct response that basically
written by their publicity team.
That basically satisfied anybody who would be answering the question, because you answered in 5 different affirmative ways in that one statement. You said something about communication. You said something about we make the decision as a team. Mm-hmm. Then you said, I make the decision. It's ultimately my decision. Then you said collaboration. Then you said transparency. We're clear on this. Right. Then you made like 5 different statements in one statement. It's like a political campaign. It's like, dude, the dude is hurt. You're not going to win the game. Mm-hmm. Leave him. Take him off the field so you can fight another day. Right. If you're truly interested in winning. Right. Now, the reason why I asked who's the backup is because I'm like, okay, well, maybe it was one of those situations where they want to give the backup some time. You know what I'm saying? Because if he already got broken ribs, maybe he gets hit again, and then he can't play. So who's the backup? Is the backup any good?
I don't even know who he is.
I don't even know who he is, my damn self. I'm not gonna lie to you. We'll let the great Max 611, the Stat King, look at look that up and figure it out, man. You know what I'm saying? But again, and even his first statement, Mac, talking about, oh well, Justin wanted to stay in and compete and blah 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 blah. Even if we know that's not true, but even if it was true, my thing is this: who's that coach? You or Justin?
Well, that's why he came back and made the second statement, which basically addressed, like I said, five different questions in the affirmative, which is basically like impossible. You can't be right on all five fronts. So it's kind of like,
right.
It's like it was the political answer.
Right.
I make the decisions. We talk about it. We decide together. We collaborate. All the decisions that we make are transparent. And so it was just wordplay. It was wordplay.
That was a word salad in him saying, don't put it on me, put it on the collective. So who's the collective? Your OC, your quarterback, coach?
But he still said, Mark, I'm the coach. But he still said, I'm the coach. And
exactly.
He, just like Bishop said, he went around the world in 80 days, but still used the word I at the end of the day.
Right.
But you were down, I team. Y'all scored 10 points in 3 quarters. So y'all was going to score 21, then 28 points in the next 14 minutes?
No.
Really? Come on, man. There's no excuse for that.
And Bishop, you got your answer. The backup is Ethan. Thanks, Ronan. Ethan Stick.
And another guy I never heard of. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
2 guys I never heard of, Bishop.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. It's like shades of what was the quarterback for Washington who had the jacked up shoulder and they kept him in the game? Williams the third.
RG.
Yeah, RG3.
Yeah.
RG Griffin.
Yeah. It was like it's like, yeah, they don't like you, dude. They don't like you. They want you hurt.
Well, I don't think the future is too bright for this coach. He's a moron. So it's only the countdown is on. It's only a matter of time. I'm just saying,
And what made matters worse, that other kid I thought y'all were gonna talk about, the quarterback for Jacksonville.
Oh, that's next. That's next. Listen, we're gonna segue right into that. Now
he lit your ass up.
Okay, you know what? I hate media. I hate this new media. I know we're part of it as well, but I hate this new media. Is Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence playing like a star? All right, listen, 3 games, and the last 2 games you played good. You played good. I'm not gonna. Is Jacksonville right? And here's the talk. Right now, they are hyping this team up after 3 games. Yes, you're 2-1. Yes, you've had 2 consecutive dominant games against good teams. I get that. But again, how many games are there in the season? 17, correct? And after 3 games, you're already hyping this team up. I think it's definitely premature.
Man, if the Cowboys can do it, they can do it.
Right. Exactly.
If the Cowboys are 2-1, they 2-1, and they already talking about division championship. So, hey.
The one thing about Jacksonville, guys, I always go back to you guys because you guys are the football guys. I just read. Right. Jacksonville was kind of built on defense. So, which has been showing these 3 games. So if you gave them a smidgen of offense, which this kid is doing, I mean, he got a good QBR, good yards per game. It's only his 2nd year. Right. I mean, the kid got talent. If we're going to be ignorant and think this guy sucks, he's Daniel Jones, then we can stop talking.
They gave him better weapons. He has better receivers and
they've always had a good running defense, guys.
No, not the last couple years. They haven't had.
I'm saying now, if you look at what they're doing right now,
the team is better. It's better than it was last year.
And he's showing up, guys. I mean, come on. I mean, they beat, like you said, they've had 2 quality wins.
Look at his numbers. They played the Chargers, they played Indianapolis, and they played Washington. None of those teams have great defenses. They're okay.
Whoa, Mac. No. They play the Chargers. The Chargers have a pretty good defense, dude.
Chargers defense is all right. They aren't great.
Come on, don't disrespect them. I'm not going to say they're
I
great,
didn't disrespect them. I just said they weren't great. He had 3 touchdowns in the first game, 262 yards. The second game, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. Against Washington, 275 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Those aren't superstar numbers, but those aren't bad numbers either.
They're not. They're not.
They're playing well. He's playing well. He has a real good offensive coach in Peterson, who's the former offensive coordinator. He's won a Super Bowl as a head coach, so he has a good head coach, a good offensive head coach. He'll be all right.
But you know what the thing is too? I was just about to ask. Let me bring this elephant into the room: the effect of Urban Meyer being gone. I think that has a lot to do with it as well. I could be incorrect. I'm just saying. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Hey, if you look at his numbers from last year, again, he was a rookie. They were pretty horrendous. 12 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. That's, again, first year, 60%, QBR 71. Fast forward this year, only 3 games.
Right.
QBR 103. Completion percentage like 70, 69, 70.
Yeah.
And he's playing for Jacksonville, guys. I mean, again, like you said, they played some pretty decent teams. They ain't playing, the bottom of the barrel.
No.
And they're 2-1. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they're number 1 in their division.
Yes, they are. In the AFC South. In the AFC South, they are. They are the leaders in that division.
And they already beat one of the teams in the division.
But after 3 games, can we call Trevor Lawrence a star? We know he's supposed to be a star. He was the golden child coming out of college, right?
For sure. Right. For sure.
Yeah. But after 3 games, can we call him a star yet? I mean, I know the media wants him to be. I know everybody in Jacksonville wants him to be a star.
Right.
But actually calling him a star, I don't know yet.
Nah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, D.
Yeah, he's playing well. Let's just say that he's playing well. We tend to use that word star, superstar,
for sure.
A little too freely.
For sure.
Yeah. He's doing good. Let's just give him his props now. Give him his flowers.
Now, if he can continue
they play the Eagles this weekend.
That's going to be the test. That's going to be the test. And I'm about to say on the road as well. They got that road victory against San Diego. Okay, and I got to give them a clap for that, of course. But now comes the real test, being out in Philly.
And are they for real?
Listen, we're going to bring that up as well.
I must have read the promo.
I really think you did. Is it too early to anoint the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, Jalen Hurts, as MVP? Not only that,
I was joking.
Yeah, not only that, but they seem to be anointing the Philadelphia Eagles as the best team, not only in the NFC, but in the NFL. This is what I'm hearing. You understand?
I wouldn't go that far. They're playing well, and you keep building every game, and Jalen Hurts he's playing good. I can't say he's the MVP, and I can't say he's not the MVP.
Now that was a lawyer answer. You like to call me a lawyer. That was a lawyer answer. I would know. I know a lawyer answer when I hear one. You know what I'm saying? So
how's that a lawyer answer? It's only game 3.
You're like straddling both sides of the fence at the same time. That's how it was. I was like, what?
It's game 3.
I mean, if they were handing out MVP trophies today, Jalen Hurts would be number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Lions, Vikings, Washington. That's who they played.
Okay.
He's like,
I'm just saying. We just brought that up about Trevor Lawrence.
Well, he was like,
they're 3-0.
Let me take that back.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I said the Lions, Vikings, and Washington.
Just saying.
Yeah. Let me take that back. Exactly.
Oh, man.
But you know what? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Bishop.
No, I was saying that normally in football season, you don't really know what you have in a football team until like mid-season.
Right.
You don't really know what you have because if they win the games that they're supposed to win in the first, 3 to 5 games, yes, there's hope. There's hope, and people are, unless it's the Cowboys, they win the first game and then they're taking the title. You know what I mean? So take away the first game like 21-20, and it's like they're going straight to the Super Bowl, just
Right.
engrave their names on the trophy and so forth. But yeah, because the Giants are 2-1. The Giants started 2-0. So if you looked at them, it would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a great season. They're
Right.
2-0. But look who they played.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah.
Look at the teams
I
that they
feel you.
played, and it's like it just so happened on that day that they were not as bad as they are.
Mhm.
They was not as bad as they are in that game against the Panthers. It should have been 27-19, and this is what I'm saying. Like
Mhm.
every opportunity that you have to score, you got to score. You can't leave any points out there. You got to score, and we just languish about. It's like I don't know. We could talk about how good teams are at like the 8th game.
Mm.
Right. Right.
When they get into the real good teams and they have to start playing teams that are about business, not these teams that are just on the schedule just to make out the 17 games.
The scary part about the NFC, which is known as the NFC least,
Yes.
they play each other 2 times a year.
Right.
So if you're looking at that division, not again, it's early, like Bishop said. It's amazing. 3-0, 2-1, 2-1.
Right.
That's the Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys. But they're going to keep playing each other all year. So that 3-1, that 2-1 could turn into 2-3. 3-0 could be 3. It is early. I mean, I'm not annoying, but I think, guys, to be honest, they're probably the best team in the NFC East. I ain't ordaining nobody the MVP or the Super Bowl champ, but they're probably the best team in the NFC least.
Well, they've got the right pieces surrounding their quarterback. They put together a decent defense, and I know Max 611 and I when they first hired this guy, the coach Nick Sirianni. I hope I pronounced that correctly. We were like definitely less than lackluster in them hiring this guy, and he seems to be bringing them together. He seems to have them playing hard. They're not out of games. Again, I understand the opponents they face their first 3 games to be 3-0. But you have to admit, right now they're looking good.
Yeah.
They're looking good. I'm pretty sure in previous years they would have blown one of these 3 games, or maybe 2 out of 3. You know what I'm saying? Even with Jalen Hurts as quarterback. So right now they're rolling, and this is in spite of who they're playing. They got 3 wins, no losses. I kind of agree with you, Dom. I think they're the team to beat in the NFC East.
Yeah.
I
Without
believe
a doubt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, the NFC, they are the only undefeated team in the NFC. I mean, again, 3 games.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to be coming out. Well, I think it's a little too much hype as far as, like you said, MVP for the quarterback, best team in the NFL. Stop. You might not even be the best team in the NFC conference.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just would pump the brakes on that. Again, new media with all the hype and all, hope springs eternal for every team in America. You know what I'm saying?
So if we could put Jalen Hurts in that conversation for MVP, then I guess we could put Tua as well, right?
You might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you might as well.
After 3 weeks,
yeah, you might as well. Yeah. If you're gonna put him there, you might as well put Tua out there as well. You know what I'm saying to you? For real.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But like the Bishop was saying, let's see how this shakes out around week 8, 9, maybe even 10. If these guys are still up there playing at this type of level, then you can start throwing that around. They could say, hey, we're gonna consider this guy down the road as a candidate for MVP. You know what I'm saying? Then you're, it's more believable.
In all honesty, I think Josh Allen is going to be in that talk for the whole year.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, for real. No doubt. No doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's not leave him out.
No.
Yeah.
Our brother Ronan says the NFC East is a 2-team division, Philly and Dallas, and Washington has one of the most overrated head coaches in the league. Bam. You got that right, Ronan.
I wouldn't even say Dallas because they always hit that stride in it where they's like losing games and making excuses.
They're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. That
Right.
team, they have too much talent on both sides of the ball. If they don't make the playoffs, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked.
They'll make it, but it's like we make it, get eliminated in the first round, and then make excuses for what happened.
I don't know, guys. This year might be different because again, three games. If the Eagles keep the pace they're at now,
right,
it ain't going to be none of this. Who's one game over 500 going to the playoffs.
Right.
That's how it's been panning out in the NFC East. That's why it seemed like the Cowboys were in it because everybody else sucked and they were just sucking a little less.
For sure.
So they were sort of kind of hanging around.
For sure.
I don't think it's going to be that party this year.
Nah.
I think the Eagles might just run away with the NFC East, and I don't know how the Cowboys will make a wild card.
I mean, they'll probably if Philly does run away with it and takes the division. Yeah, I can see the Cowboys possibly making the wild card and getting the playoffs that way. I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I mean, Dom? I mean, yeah. Listen,
I don't see who they're better than in the NFC. That's.
I think it'll be more of a case of not who's better, but I think a little bit of luck will be thrown their way. A little bit more luck, more than anything. It won't be a quality issue. I think it'll be more of a luck issue. So one of those teams might have a slide at the end of the season, and Dallas could kind of, slide their way into that picture. So that's what I think, but we'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, you obviously haven't spoke to a Cowboys fan.
They already won that.
Yeah, it's already theirs. They already got the jackets made and everything. So
I hear you. Well, with that being said, I don't know what Max 611 is, but that's all right. Because we're about to get in his lane. Because I did not see this fight. Bishop, did you see this fight between Shakur Stevenson moving up to 135 lightweight?
No, I did not.
Okay.
It's like
I watched it all.
Watching Shakur Stevenson fights is like, he's always like head and shoulders better than whoever his opponent is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's after like the third round, it's like it doesn't make any sense to watch it because then he's just working out. It's just a glorified sparring session.
Okay.
Shakur had to give up his belts prior to the fight because he didn't make weight. He was over the 130-pound limit. He had 2 belts at that moment. He also gave Coneicao, who made weight, his purse was only $200,000. So Shakur gave him an additional $150,000 for him being overweight and taking a fight still because he was overweight by a pound or 2. Shakur made $3 million. He said he's moving up to 135 as he said he can't put his body through the rigors of making the 130 weight, which I understand. He's 25, so as he ages, your body fills out, and as a boxer, you can't continuously work at a certain weight. So and he also wants the money because there's a lot of talent at 135 at lightweight.
Right. Now, I know we was talking in our group a little bit about facing off against Tank Davis.
Right.
No.
That's dangerous.
I'm not in favor of that for the kid. I'm just not.
I am. Listen, the best should fight the best.
Yeah, but Matt, he's not.
Shakur is one of the better. He's one of the better fighters at between 130 and 135. He should take that on. If he loses, hey.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. You're not going into the ring with Tank.
I know, and I won't. The current rankings for the lightweight division, Devin Haney is number 1. George Kambosos Jr. is number 2. Lomachenko is 3rd. Tank is 4th. 5th is your boy, Ryan Garcia.
That ain't my boy. Get out of here.
Isaac Cruz is next. Joseph Diaz Jr., William Zepeda, Frank Martin, and Michael Rivera are the guys at the bottom.
Okay.
Did Teofimo go up in weight, Bishop? Because he's not listed.
Yeah, I don't know.
At the lightweight division. But listen, between Devin Haney, Kambosos Jr., Tank, and Lomachenko is a lot of people, and Ryan Garcia. There's people for Shakur to fight.
Well, out of the names that you just mentioned, I think that he should like work out against Lomachenko, get some that would be a fight that he could, technical. He could really showcase his skill set, whatever, and beat Lomachenko up. And
you think he would beat Lomachenko up?
Yeah. Lomachenko is done. He's done.
He's older.
He's done. What's the name? Name opened up the he opened up the code, the cheat code.
Teofimo.
Yeah, and everybody knows he doesn't like to be hit. He doesn't like to be hit.
Right.
And if you have something to offer him back, he don't wants no parts of it.
So you think Shakur has enough power against him, and his technical skills are enough for him to beat?
Shakur, he's sound technically. He's
right.
He's like head and shoulders, but the top 3 in that division plus Tank, he should stay away from right now, except for Lomachenko. If Lomachenko is in that would be a big name for him on his resume.
But dude, why is Lomachenko so high up on that list?
Listen, man, he got that complexion for the protection,
reputation.
His reputation, and my thing is, he still hasn't had 25 professional fights.
Right.
Yeah, but when he was good, he was good. When he was good, he was good.
But notice, it took him a long time to go pro, and he sort of was protected. And like Bishop said, Teofimo exposed him.
Right. Yeah.
But
I stay away from Tank.
I agree with you 100% because, again, nobody's really unlocked Tank's true potential.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He's just been out there just like going basically off of instinct. But when he really gets it together and starts, it's going to be really, really hard and life altering to go into that ring. Yeah.
So why doesn't Tank fight Kambosos Jr. or Devin Haney or Lomachenko? What's the problem?
Yeah,
and I'm just counting Ryan Garcia because it's Ryan Garcia.
Lomachenko is like, okay, well, who's gonna pay for that? Devin Haney, will people pay for that fight?
Listen,
people will do pay-per-view for that fight?
I would pay for that. Haney is one of the best. Haney is a solid.
I pay for it.
I think they all avoiding Haney, if you ask me. Why won't any of those guys fight him?
I don't know.
Cause he's that good.
I don't know, but I think like in that division, it's just like, okay, well, I think Tank is rated like much lower than he should be, and I don't even think we've seen the best of him yet.
No,
I don't think we've seen the best of him, and it's just that one fight that's gonna bring out that beast,
right.
And somebody's gonna get destroyed because he's like one of those dudes that's like, okay, well, I know I can beat you, but I just want to break you.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit in how he approaches dismantling his opponent, and he's not as brutal as that former great was. He reminds me a little bit of Aaron Pryor.
Well, not yet.
Except for Aaron Pryor was bringing it to you from round one. He was trying to get you out of there.
For sure.
But some guys just like being in there just for the punishment. Right. It's not even about like, I know I got you, but I'm just it's like I just want to punish you. That's all. It's like when I watch Crawford fight, I'm like, yo, there's times when like these guys, it's like, why would you get in the ring with a guy like that?
Right.
Yeah, he's a little brutal.
Demented.
And Tank has that body altering power that when he hits you, as Mike Tyson used to say, he squealed like a little girl.
Changes your life. Changes your life. Changes your life.
He was making feminine noises.
Changes your life. Who are you talking about? Frank Bruno?
Oh man.
Yo, speaking of that, I had some dude try to say that Frank Bruno hurt Mike Tyson, and I'm like, he lasted 5 rounds in the first fight and 3 in the second. He may have hit Mike once and it stunned him, but no. Mike gave him the business.
Exactly. All right, gentlemen. Let's oh boy, this is gonna be the tough segments right here. This is gonna be the
let me say one thing before we
go
move
ahead.
on.
Go ahead.
I'm calling the Toronto Raptors out. I mean, the Toronto Blue Jays out. Bitch mode. Ain't give Judge a pitch to hit in his last 4 at-bats. 4 damn walk. Intentionally
yeah,
walk.
That's what they doing right now.
That's bitch move there. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
That's Canada. That's Canada.
Bitch move.
Well, that's all these teams right now. They don't want that record. They don't want that record being broke on them. So they're gonna walk him, and they're not gonna give him pitches to hit.
That's a bitch move.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dom.
And you're in the playoff hunt. Your team is still in the playoff hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And you're playing bitch moves like this.
Yep.
Bad baseball.
That's embarrassing.
That's why they're gonna.
What's the score?
Yankees are winning 5-2.
Well,
they ain't give him a pitch to hit his last 4 at bats.
That's like I know I'm gonna get beat up in the fight, but I scratched you.
Yeah. Bitch.
I scratched you.
Right.
Or like y'all remember The Sopranos? Remember when Tony fought his brother-in-law and he lost? His brother-in-law put hands on him. So he was sitting with his wife. He talked about, well, back in the day, no.
Wow. Let's move on, man, to the lane of the NBA. And here we go. I know somebody's gonna be getting at me at some point.
Let me get this off quick, before they start acting up. Where I'm at. The Knicks have a lot of questions to answer, and a lot of things can happen. Mm-hmm. Derrick Rose is coming back. I was reading some stuff. He said Thibodeau texted him and told him he needed to watch his weight. So he said last year he was at like 215, 217. So he's a little under 200 pounds now because he said he had to change his diet because he has children. So, when you're around kids eat sugar, kids eat junk food. So he's eating the junk food around with them. Mm-hmm. So we getting a point guard back. Brunson, we getting back. We just got. So things are going to change in how the offense is run. And maybe the Knicks will get more into pick and rolls with Rose and also with Brunson. And Randall will be the beneficiary of that because last year the offense sort of ran through him and it got stagnant at times because he just played a lot of ISO ball last year. Him and RJ played a lot of ISO ball last year. I don't think they'll be doing that this year because now we have 2 legit point guards. Fournier, I don't know if he's going to come off the bench or if they're going to let Grimes start.
Right.
At the 2.
Can I answer that question for you right now about Fournier?
Go right ahead, sir.
I just saw a report that Tibbs is going to make him the starting 2 guard for the season already.
Fournier?
Yeah, I just saw a report.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grimes is a better defender. He's more athletic. I'd like to see him be a better scorer, but if he's playing with Brunson, RJ, and Randall, we don't need him to score. So, I guess Rose will be the scorer on the second unit, him and Obi. But I think the Knicks overall will be better next year. I like this roster, and I like the direction that they seem to be going in as opposed to last year.
One thing I want to add about Fournier is he won't be too much out there in the fourth quarter, because if you saw last season, they had more trust in like guys like Rose, guys like Grimes. You know what I'm saying? They had those guys instead of him out there when the game was on the line in the fourth quarter. You know?
Well, excuse me.
Yes.
Who just made that commentary?
That was me. Shut up.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
They tried to silence us, Bishop.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering, like what authority, who ordained you to make that determination against my Knicks before Dom and myself had an opportunity to speak on the subject matter? It's like, sir, you are out of line. Mac, I'm listening to you, and then like somebody else chimed in before the true Knicks fans chime in. It's like, yo, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh man! All right.
Well, you heard how he started, Bishop. He said, "Let me get this off my chest now before they start to speak." Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I caught that. I
will say this: you gotta. I mean,
hold on, Don. That
wasn't.
Hold on, Don. That wasn't directed at you. I got crazy people near me acting stupid.
But you got to remember, Fournier is who you got him to be. Now, don't blame Fournier because somehow, some way, your front office went and got 101 light players. So now we'll fight the whole year on Twitter of who should be playing more minutes. So, I mean, it is what it is. He's your best perimeter shooter. Let's get that out the way right now. He's the best perimeter shooter the Knicks have.
Yes, he is.
Unless, unless Cam Reddish becomes George Gervin, Grimes becomes Jerry West. He's your best perimeter shooter. There's no doubt about it. So,
career-wise.
Cam Reddish isn't even getting off the bench.
Yes. Well, this is the problem I see with the Knicks, guys. And this is why I almost throw up when I read, and you know how these spaces are on Twitter.
Right.
I aggravate them more than I do y'all. I'll chime in real quick, say some shit. And
you don't aggravate us.
No, you know what but they are
we keep
because
we keep a civil discourse that's level-headed and honest. The only person that really goes off the rails is the Bishop.
No, he just says again, we're Knicks. Again, I'm just gonna say this about the Knicks. They're in a very peculiar situation when you look at their roster. They have I'm not joking, I was joking a minute ago, but they have too many light players. So this
too many guards,
too many forwards, too many shooting guards. If you look at their roster, they got almost 2 to 3 players that are playing the same position. So now we're going to have a battle of the bulge all year of who should play more. Bishop, Dominic, and they all play the same position. And one of the biggest problems is, I hate to say this, I know Bishop will chime in, R.J. Barrett. He's really the elephant in the room because this started us needing a 2 guard because he can't play the 2 because he can't shoot that well. So now you put him at the 3, so you're sacrificing who should play the 3 because he has to play somewhere.
Yep.
So is he a better shooter than Grimes? No. Is he a better all-around player than Cam Reddish? Probably not.
Right. No, he is.
Probably
Cam Reddish,
not. No. Cam Reddish has been hurt. I will give him that. He's been hurt. But if you look at Cam Reddish's numbers when he was healthy and when he's in the game, he is. I'll tell you what. He is probably the best all-around player on the Knicks.
He plays defense. What his problem was is he was pressing because he was trying to get more playing time. So he was doing stuff. Yeah, so he was doing stuff out of, like, he threw his shoulder out. But he plays great on-the-ball defense. He plays great help defense. And if given the opportunity, like with solid minutes, I think that he would be a 15 point, maybe 3 steals a night.
He's going to be traded, and he's not going to get minutes.
And that's what I'm getting at, Mark. That's the problem. That is the problem. And we let that we sort of closed Pandora's box when they extended RJ Barrett. Because now and it's no knock against RJ. Me and Bishop go through this all the time when we talk about it. It's no knock against him. But he's not Batman, Robin. He may be Alfred. He may be Alfred on a decent team. Yes. I'm just saying. If you look at his numbers, guys, because you know I'm a numbers guy. Now we're talking basketball. I'm a numbers guy. His numbers were here, went up, went down in his 3 years. Here, up, down. His efficiency, everybody wants to talk about he scored 20 points last year. If that's your goal to score 20 points on 17.5 shots a night, have at it. That's not efficiency. That's 20 points. You got to get over that. You can't be the second. You cannot be a Batman. And only one player missed more dunks and more layups in the NBA than you did last year, and that was Russell Westbrook. You can't be a Batman doing that. You can't be a Robin doing that. We all know we're nothing against him. We're all Knicks fans except
both their numbers went down, him and Randall last year.
Exactly, but we only concentrated on Randall. A lot of Knicks fans only concentrated on Randall because of what he did the year before. Okay, we'll give you an alibi, but RJ took more shots than him. He scored the same amount of points as him. Didn't get as many rebounds as him. And again, he was the second player. He was second in the NBA in blown dunks and blown layups, next to Russell Westbrook. That's not your cornerstone guy, because if we're going to sit here and beat the hell out of Russell Westbrook, who has been a star in this league, but we're going to overlook some youngster because we'll always say, oh, he's only this age, he's only that age. And Bishop says it 100 times. What do you see him becoming at 24, 25 years old? What is his ceiling? If he can't shoot better from the line, can't shoot better from the three, of course he can get better, guys. Don't get me wrong. But I always looked at him, and now with Cam Reddish, with Grimes, he's sort of like that elephant in the room, because he's going to dominate those minutes. And then we'll sit here and Bishop, who ain't playing, but it's weird. You guys know Bishop, we're Knicks fans. He came to the Knicks. We thought he was going to be a 2. We went out and got 1 million players to play the 2 other than him. And now we got Fournier.
And then now we got
Reddish.
You had to get rid of Rivers. But you remember when they had Rivers?
Yeah.
They had Rivers. I'm like, so why did you get rid of Rivers? Because he played the 2, and it highlighted everything that you're not getting from a 2 guard that you should be getting, and then you moved RJ to the 3. So then you had to get rid of Austin Rivers, because it's like, he's highlighting too much of the deficiencies that this dude should be giving us. And if you remember, Austin Rivers was in the game in the fourth quarter because they couldn't trust RJ to do the stuff that he needed to do at the 2. So Austin Rivers was in the game.
And I told y'all 2 years ago that he was going to have to play the 3. Remember? He's going to have to play the 3, because you can't have a 2 that's shooting 38%, 36%.
There's guys that do shoot that way.
But they're not good 2s, though, Mark. I don't care. They may do it, but that's not your normal 2.
Listen, he doesn't have to shoot a lot of 3s. He has to be
he has to be efficient, Mark. That's how
I was getting ready to say that. Let me finish though.
All right.
He has to be more efficient, but his efficiency and I'm gonna keep saying it. His efficiency and Randall's efficiency last year was stunted because they didn't have a point guard last year. Rose was hurt, and they had a merry-go-round of guys who aren't point guards playing point guard. And you can sign all you want, Bishop.
Stop.
You can sign all you want.
Please. You played ball before. You know what it is. You know what it is. If you are a professional basketball player, it doesn't matter who's out there on the court. You know what a bad shot is. It doesn't matter if it's a point guard passing you the ball. If you have the ball in your hands, you know what a bad shot is. So if you're taking a step back 3-pointer, no, let me finish. If you take a step back 3-pointer and that's not your game, that's not a point guard. If you are jacking up 3-pointers when you can't shoot off the dribble, that's not your shot. You looking past a 42% 3-point shooter for his career, you overlook him to take your shot. I'm talking about RJ Barrett and Randall. You overlook Fournier to take your 3-point shot when he's a better 3-point shooter. That is not a result of a point guard. That's you making a conscious decision to get off your shot other than getting your teammate involved. That's what that is. That got nothing to do with a point guard.
Bishop, who the offense run through last year?
The offense erroneously ran through Randall, but that doesn't mean that he had to shoot the ball every time he had it.
What is he good at? What does he do? He's an ISO ball player, right?
He's a mid-range. He's very good at the mid-range. No,
right.
He's very good at the mid-range, driving to the basket, getting to the free throw line. That's 20 and 10.
Why was he good the year before?
Because he stayed in his lane. He started off in the mid-range, and then when teams started saying, okay, well, we need to slough off of him because we don't want him driving to the basket. We don't want him in that mid-range area, so we'll let him shoot threes. Then he got wide open 3-pointers. He didn't have to take step-back threes and off the dribble and do all of that. He didn't have to dribble the ball for 18 of the 24 seconds.
And how was he the previous year with the Knicks? The year before that?
The year before that, he was okay. He had that breakout.
He was horrible.
He was okay. He had that breakout.
I'm not going to say he was horrible. He wasn't efficient.
Well, he
wasn't efficient the first year because the Knicks had a bad point guard. Watch how they play this year.
They had a bad team and a hocus pocus coach in David Fizdale.
Right. But watch how he plays this year with Brunson and Rose playing point guard.
So
you're gonna see a big. Hold on. You're gonna see a big difference in their efficiency.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difference that Brunson is going to make in that starting unit that Kemba could not have made in that starting unit? So what you're asking Brunson to do, you're going to ask him for 10 points, 10 assists a night. 10 points, 10 assists, because the bulk of the shots are going to be going through Randall and RJ. You didn't get a 6-foot point guard in the Eastern Conference to come into your team to score. So what you're saying is, I want this guy to organize my offense. Has anything about Randall and anything about RJ said that they are willing to relinquish the control of the ball and allow a point guard to run the offense? You had Derrick Rose on that team. They did
that the year they went to the playoffs. The ball moved around. It didn't stick. They didn't play a lot of ISO ball that year. You mentioned what guard? You mentioned
Kemba Walker.
You mentioned Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker has never averaged more than 5 assists a game and takes 20 shots a night. That wasn't going to change with him.
That's not what you asked him to do. What you asked him to do was run the offense, set these guys up.
Kemba came in and was Kemba. Which is forcing a square into a round hole. Kemba was going to be Kemba regardless.
He was playing the role. He was playing the role until he got scapegoated. Once he got scapegoated, and Tibbs tried to make it seem like the reason why the starting unit didn't play defense was because of Kemba. He pulled Kemba out of the starting unit, and they still sucked defensively because Randall, RJ, and Fournier did not make a commitment to defense. They were not held accountable to play defense. So that proved that it wasn't Kemba. When Kemba came back, what Kemba did was he scored 30 points in one game, 40 points in another game. So it's kind of like, well, you're saying that I'm not good enough to play with this unit, but here I am. I'm showing you that I'm still good enough to be in this league. Now you paid Brunson. Okay, fine. You paid Brunson, who's basically a same 6-foot point guard, a younger version of a 6-foot point guard in the Eastern Conference. If you think that he's going to be coming into,
he's not like Kemba, bro.
I'm saying, if you think he's going to be coming into the Eastern Conference, going down low and posting up and getting those baskets in the paint and all of this stuff, if you think that's going to happen like how it happened in Dallas, I'm telling you, it's not.
No, he's going to play differently. He's going to be a point guard. He's going to distribute the ball, pick his spots to score,
Okay.
and that's how it's going to be.
So
And
magically, everybody's
similar.
going to morph into what they should do and where they should be and how they should play when they haven't played that way. Like RJ's never had to play that way.
To be honest, Bishop, that's what we're hoping for.
Right.
Let's just be honest. That's what we're hoping for. Because if not, then we wasted $114 million.
I watched for the last 3 seasons. RJ get the rebound. RJ get the rebound, start the fast break, and never pass that ball to anybody except for Julius Randle. Never. On a fast break, he
don't even pass to Julius Randle. He goes to the basket.
That's what I'm saying, though, Bishop. These are the things we hope change. They have to change.
But that's
because then again, we wasted $114 million.
Well,
we're gonna let
Brunson is going to provide some pace, and he's going to make sure people get in the right spot. I mean, when you talk about a point guard, that's what you want a point guard for, to provide some pace and get everybody in the right spots for efficient shots. And I think that's what Brunson is going to give. Brunson is not going to give us 21, and he's not even going to give us 8 assists a game. But if you got a point guard that can settle everything down when it gets crazy, which we didn't have, we lost that because remember, Rose only played 25 games.
Yep.
So we didn't have Rose to come off the bench to give us any pace. And Alec Burke, I mean, I commend Alec Burke for what he did last year, but Alec Burke was a runaway train at times. He wasn't provided any space. Any pace.
Yeah. So what blows up?
Pull it out and say,
what blows up point guards? What blows up a good point guard? Simple. What blows up a good point guard? A good point guard that's trying to establish pace, that's trying to establish a chemistry. What blows that up? One thing. You pass me the ball, I hold the ball. Yeah. I just hold the ball. And who's good at doing that? Who's good at doing that?
That's what we're trying to say. That's what we're trying to say, Bishop. And to the young man there, we know, because when you go back, we were last in pace. We've been last in pace for I think the last 2 years. So even like he said, even if Brunson don't get us 20 and 10, he's gonna push the pace. He's gonna take the ball, hopefully, Bishop, out of what you just said. That was the reason we got him, because we had 2 guys that weren't the best decision makers, number one. And now you bring in a point guard to at least establish that. You're taking the ball out of 2 non-decision makers' hands. But if you keep the pace going, then they don't have that 18 seconds to dribble, and then jack up a shot. That's the name of the game in the NBA. We can't be last in pace and then say Bishop's holding the ball for 22 seconds. Because we're last in pace. We're not getting up and down the court. With all them young players we got, to be last in pace is atrocious. But we didn't have a point guard.
So that would mean that with this point guard, Randall is going to focus on mid-range. With this point guard, RJ Barrett is going to play like how he's supposed to play in that mid-range game as well. That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we're hoping for, Bishop. If not, then like I said, we wasted $114 million. We could have ran back what we did last year, not went and got a point guard, something that's been avoiding us for 25 years. As long as we establish a pace, then we should be, if we establish a pace, we eliminate what you're talking about with Randall and Barrett. If we don't establish a pace and we go down court and we set up, yes, I will agree with you, Bishop. It's going to be dribble, and somebody gonna jack up a shot. That's lack of pace that put us in that position. If we're moving the ball and getting the ball up and down the court, R don't have 22 seconds with the ball in his hands because we establish a pace.
I got that.
Hopefully, Bishop. We can only
I'm a diehard Knicks fan. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. You know that. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. I ride with the Knicks. Win, lose, or draw. The coach, is supposed to be a defensive coach. He's never been an offensive coach. So I'm still very apprehensive that what you guys are saying is going to come to fruition. I'm very apprehensive, and I hope it does. I hope it does.
Yeah, it's got to.
What do you guys think about reports of Julius Randle being in optimum shape this year? This go round.
He's always in shape. He's always in shape. It's his
head.
It's his head.
No.
Yeah, he just dropped some pounds. He always comes in good physical condition. He ain't no James Harden.
No,
right.
No, but he wasn't in great shape last year.
He wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, he was. He wasn't in good shape mentally.
No, he wasn't. He
He
wasn't in great physical shape last year. He
look at his numbers, guys.
But he didn't have to lose 100 pounds either.
Right. He was the same height and weight he's been. He's the same height and weight he's been for the last 6-7 years.
No,
this year. He dropped the weight.
He fluctuates a little bit.
He dropped a lot of weight this year.
The year he got his contract.
Well, if you want to just say losing weight makes you in better shape, then okay. I can't argue that. I don't believe it.
He's always been durable. He's always been durable.
Right. He's very durable ever since that first year.
Durable. He's a tank.
Yeah.
He's a tank.
I really don't think it's a question about his conditioning. I think it's mental. It's Julius mental. I really believe it's his problem.
And that has a lot to do with, I hate to say this, social media, fickle ass Knicks fans. Mm-hmm. We sit here and we bash a guy that had 20, 10, and 5. And I asked all these fools on Twitter, how many guys averaged 20, 10, and 5 last year? Only was 3 of them. Only 3 did it. Julius Randle was one of them.
Was LeBron and Giannis the other 2?
No. It was Joker and Giannis.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, Joker.
But he took the brunt of a bad season because something was going on in between his ears. I don't know what it was, guys. I don't get into somebody's mental psyche. That's not cool.
Mm-hmm. Listen, he was having a tumultuous season, dealing with not getting calls from refs and fans booing. So I wasn't mad when he gave the fans the finger and things of that nature, because he's a guy that gives 100%.
Mm-hmm.
He's passionate. I give him that. It's just that sometimes his basketball IQ goes awry.
You said 100% on offense.
Nah, he plays 100%.
He plays 100%.
He's not. Listen, he's not the best defender, but he gives effort on defense. I give him that. No. Yes. Listen,
I watched every Knicks game last year, and painfully, I watched him, I watched RJ, and I watched Fournier always be in the wrong position, looking at each other, pointing at each other.
Because they're all 3 bad defenders.
But you just said he gives effort on defense. He does.
He's a bad defender, though.
No. When he gets
you could be both.
When he gets angry, he puts the defensive effort in. When
you could be both.
When he's not upset, he's lackluster on defense, which to me is like, if you're a defensive coach, how are you not holding your players accountable for defense? RJ Barrett can't guard anybody. He can't guard anybody.
Nobody's James Harden on the Knicks who don't give an ounce of effort.
I always laugh at that, man.
When you say effort, what's that mean?
That defense thing. You name me, I'll give you a break. Name me 10 solid defensive players in the NBA.
It's
not a defensive league.
No, you don't have to.
No, but there are good defenders in the league.
You don't have to be a stopper. You don't have to be a defensive stopper. You just have to be, as a team, consistent.
The NBA isn't built that way. The NBA just don't work that way. That's why we got teams scoring 130 points a night.
So
it's
the Knicks,
offensive-driven league.
The Knicks let 2 of their better defenders leave.
Yes. Yeah. And it came back to not just that. It was, call it what you want. The year they went to the playoff, they played great team defense. They didn't have not one guy on their team that would be defensive player of the year. Not one.
Right.
But they played a great team defense.
Right. So that year he gave effort, right?
What did he do last season is what I'm talking about. What did he do last season?
That's
why
season,
when these guys, when everybody's like, oh, well, RJ did this and RJ did that. Teams, the defensive schemes were, don't let Julius Randle beat us. We will allow RJ to shoot. If he scores, that's fine. He's got to take 17, 18 shots to score 20 points, and we're okay with that because that's not going to beat us. So
right,
those numbers that he got
because Alec Burke was the point guard last year.
The season before that, what was RJ doing? Scoring a lot of points. So now
he shot better though last year.
He
shot better that year.
Everybody's crowning him the next coming. Well, we can just get rid of Randall and build a team around RJ.
Was he more efficient that year? Yes or no?
RJ?
It's barely, Mark. Barely.
Exactly.
Barely. Because he was shooting 15, 16 shots to get 17 points.
And he shot a better percentage.
But barely. He went barely up from year 1 to year 2, and then went down in year 3 in every category. Field goals, 3-pointers.
Yeah, there wasn't a point guard around.
Everything went down, but his points went up. So everybody was happy. Okay, Mark's shooting worse, but he scored 20 points. That was the goal. Let's get this kid to 20 points a night. On 17 and a half shots, that's not efficiency. If you're just looking to get 20 points from somebody, again, no knock against Donovan Mitchell, but Donovan Mitchell was getting you 25 a night on 23 shots. That's not efficient basketball. No. Not saying the Knicks shouldn't have got him. If they had an opportunity, fine.
No, they didn't need him because they didn't need him if they already got Brunson.
Well, I would prefer efficiency over points. Right. Because if you're that efficient, your points are going to come. And again,
I agree with you.
Is a prime example of it. He's a hell of a shooter, but he don't do this, he don't do that. But he's a great shooter. We brought him in, and he did exactly what we brought him in to do. Shoot threes, average 14, 15 points a night like he's done his whole career, and the wheels on the bus go round and round. But we would have never had an Evan Fournier, Austin Rivers, R. Jones if R.J. Barrett was a number 2.
Right.
But he's not a 2. So we're going to keep doing this. Who are we going to get to play the 2 for the next 10 years?
That number 3 role, that number 3 position on just about every team is like a 6'9" guy with long arms that can defend, that can play perimeter, that can switch out on perimeter guys, that can play the floor.
Cam Reddish.
Yeah, those a guy like that. Yeah, a guy similar to that.
Cam Reddish.
Right. Yeah. That's what that's what that prototypical 3 spot is. Not a 6'5" guy who can't dribble or shoot. Not that guy. So I'm sorry. I'm a Knicks fan. So.
Yeah.
Yep. We know that.
Now we're gonna be Net fans.
Yep. And speaking of that, let's go to the last topic of the night, guys.
Oh God.
The Brooklyn Nets open camp. Now this is Mac adding his bullshit here. Oh, this is Mac 611 here. Yeah, open camp to a myriad of questions, finger pointing, and instability. You are such a hate ass.
No. Hold on, fellas. Let me get this off because I got stuff going on around me. So let me get this off while I can. The Nets might have problems this year. I know they made nice earlier today and earlier this week with Kevin Durant and Nash. But how can I trust a player who tried to backdoor me? Even if it is Kevin Durant, because that's what happened to Nash and that's what happened to the GM. He tried to backdoor them. Kyrie, his situation. He said he threw away $100 million, and there's questions about his commitment. There is, dude. You're either in or you're out. Can't trust you. You didn't get the vaccine, which I don't have a problem with him getting or not getting the vaccine. But you didn't get your money because either you're injured, either there's something going on with you, with your mental, because you need health breaks and you think the earth is flat and you need to go burn your incense and myrrh. So you didn't get your contract because of you. And On paper, the Nets have a good team. I think they're a playoff team. If the sun, moon, and stars align, salam.
Are you done? Are you done? Yes, I'm talking to you. Are you done?
Uh-oh. He's freezing up on us, R.
Oh, God.
Didn't I end it with salam, brother?
Yes.
Good brother.
Oh, I
So
didn't
you
hear
know that meant peace. End. Goodbye.
So
Roger,
you
right.
didn't understand. Obviously, your vocal cords aren't working. So I get it. Okay, so you're just lost after that. You just like tune me out. You just can't say yes, I'm done. That would have been the simple fucking answer. But okay. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Sign language. Yeah. First of all, you and the rest of these Knicks fans are a bunch of haters. Let me just get that out the way. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Because that's all you're talking. Yeah, you're fucking ain't right. Here we go. I'm just sick and tired of shit. You know what I'm saying? First, I had to read that little caption and whatnot. And I'm like, really? I'm like, dude, oh, well, they made nice and it was cute. Let me golf clap. Whatever. Get over it. Get over it. The bottom line is, it's not just on paper. We'll have a good competitive team this coming season. Okay. Yeah, you can groan in pain, Sir Bishop. I get it. It's all right.
Something was in my throat. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't. No, that's the hate that's within your being. Okay? That's the hate within your being. That's what it was. Okay. We have a lot to be proud of this coming season. Okay. You guys like to point out all the defensive deficiencies, the rebounding, blah, 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 blah. Listen, we have answers. We have Day'Ron Sharp. We have TJ Warren in the mix. You understand? We have Nicky Claxton, who's put on some pounds of muscle. It's going to be fine. And again, as far as the soap opera goes, listen, all they need to do is worry about playing on the court. These guys have something to prove this year. And you're going to see this. You are literally going to see this. So for all that doom and gloom that you guys are predicting for Brooklyn, it's not going to happen. So your little wet dream won't come to fruition. Sorry. That's it. Yeah.
Are you done with your soliloquy?
So Angus, what's the prediction? What's the prediction for the Brooklyn Nets? You got this year?
Championship.
I'm not going to be wild and crazy like Dallas fans. I'll be like, okay, we're getting the Super Bowl or championship. No, I'm not going that far. I will say this. One, we will have a better record than your team. Okay, that's for sure. That's for sure. Two, we will have a very competitive team in the playoffs. Dare I say, 4-seeded, number 4. We'll have a 4 seed.
Now, for the young man that's just joining us, we have to give a disclaimer that Mr. Jones has done this for the last 3-4 years.
Whatever.
Same soliloquy, same laughing at me and Bishop.
Whatever.
Talking about they're gonna be better than the Knicks.
Whatever.
Let's go.
We are. We will be. We will be.
But
and have we not?
But he never gives you the other answer. He'll talk about we got this, we got that, but you guys don't have the mental capability of putting 82 games together because you have one unmentally stable individual on your team. It could be COVID.
Jesus
it could be
Christ.
Social injustice. It could be the moon. It could be the stars. It could be the club. It could be whatever you want. Here's a guy that has averaged playing 58 to 64 games a year for the last umpteen years. That's before COVID, after COVID. And it's just, unless that changes. I am not a Nets hater. I love my boy R. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm not a Nets hater. But I hear the same story from R every year. But then at the end of the year, we'll hear R say, Well, if they would have, you know what they say about ifs, right?
I have
If
never
and ands
said
and pots and pans, the world would be a kitchen.
You need to stop. I have never said no ifs or ands.
Okay, all right.
We need to go back to the videotape. I agree
Yes,
with you wholeheartedly.
they're all available.
And I know you being politically correct, Dom, and I'm not.
No.
So I am an official Nets hater. I have, I don't call them. I call them the Brooklyn novellas because of all of the drama that is surrounding this organization. Now, what R is trying to get us to do is to ignore the fact that you have three of the most pettiest NBA superstars on the same team, assembled on the same roster. You got KD, who tried to backdoor the coach, as Max 611 said, and the GM, and you still don't know what else he has up his sleeve because he's sneaky like that. You got Kyrie, who he said, I gave up 4 years, 100 and something million. You think he just is like saying that just because? Because in all rights, Kyrie is averaging 27 points. When he plays, he's 27 points a game, 38-something% from the three-point line, 40-something% from. So he's a pretty efficient player. So by all rights, whatever is going on with his mental, whatever's going on, when he's on that court, he delivers. So as the GM, your job is to make sure that whatever his issues are, don't impact his play on the court. So you don't think he's still salty about the fact that they question whether or not to give him his money when he, by all rights, should be paid?
No.
So, and that's another backstory that we have going on. And then you got the ultimate petty guy, the light-skinned dude from Philly, who refused to get on the court because you hurt his feelings. He refused to get on the court because basically you hurt his feelings. That's what it was all about. You hurt his feelings. He got his money. They hurt his feelings by saying that the reason why they lost, he was a big part of the reason why they lost. And his feelings were hurt, so he refused to take calls. It was like being in a relationship. You hurt somebody's feelings, they don't take your calls. They unfollow you. He unfollowed the team. He wouldn't answer his teammates' calls. He was pouting. And then when they really put him on the spot, he said, "You know what? I'm not mentally stable enough to play basketball." So you got the three pettiest guys on the same roster, and you're saying that there's no chance. Dom, he's saying that there's no chance that this thing can implode once again. Like I said, the season before that, I said that it wouldn't work. Because of the personalities. And now he's saying somehow that these guys have matured in the span of a month.
Yep.
And they're all gonna let bygones be bygones.
In one of the most chaotic off seasons, Bishop, after your long story, they've had one of the chaoticest damn off seasons, but all of a sudden R's gonna flip that switch and they're gonna become the Beatles, the Jackson 5. And all things are good again. I forgot all about Ben Simmons.
Kyrie got 100 and something million reasons to be pissed off. Kyrie,
You know what? They're gonna play with a chip on their shoulder. And Dom, shame on you. I'm so disappointed in you tonight because when I said all they have to do is focus on their talents on the court and the court alone, and which they will. This is a very good basketball team. Yes,
and you know what I always say, as much as I hate the Nets, if everything aligns, I'm talking everything has to align. I mean,
and it can.
Again with the ifs, if everything aligns, they probably could be the best team in the Eastern Conference.
There you go.
But there's a lot. It's not like if Bishop or if Dominic. No, it's like if this. There's a lot of ifs, and we always said that about the Nets. Or even though we hate them and we're Knicks fans, the ifs sort of outweigh the ands. And every year it's the same thing because some of those ifs happen to come true. If Kyrie plays 70 games, never happens. If Durant, never happens. If Jones, never happened. And they went through a litany of fill-ins, but it never happens. They have a talented 3 players.
Right.
After that, God bless you. Have a good night. Drive home safely. But there's too many ifs with them, and even you got to admit that. I mean,
I am not going to admit that whatsoever.
I could give you one basic scenario that would put a monkey wrench in this whole season for the Brooklyn Nets.
And what is that, sir?
Okay, so Dom just mentioned that you want Kyrie to play 70 games. They expected him to play 70 games. I don't know if I would like for him to play 70 games because within that 70 games, there's the likelihood that at one point he might feel like the ball should have been in his hands for the last shot, and the ball somehow is in KD's hands for the last shot, and he doesn't make the shot. And Kyrie says some slick shit in the media, like, well, throughout my career, I've shown I made big shots in big moments.
Oh my God! He made one big shot. That's it.
And nope, I made big shots in his mind, I made big shots throughout my career, and I should have the ball in my hands. Now, what you think KD is going to respond to that? And maybe about 30 of those burner accounts, he's going to respond in the negative to the fact that Kyrie said this in the affirmative. And then you got Ben Simmons over there. It's like, you can't even say it. It's like, you got to give me the ball. Now they're going to be beefing with him about who should be getting the ball. So that was one instance that could harpoon this whole, we are the world thing. Number two, there still is distrust between the coach, the superstar player, and the GM. GM, he should be fired.
Okay, I might agree with you on that.
You got the distrust between the head coach and the star player. As soon as something is questioned in the media, a reporter asks a question in the media, well, do you think Nash running this play was the most effective, seeing how you had it going and you were like 10 for 13, but yet he chose to go with Kyrie for the last shot? Do you think he should have ran the play through you as opposed to this? That's another way that this thing could go south. So again, like Dom said, there's way too many ifs, ands, buts, howevers, whatevers for you to put any faith in this team.
I'll put my faith in.
And Ronan Black comes through in the clutch again.
Whatever. Ronan, stop. Okay, he say all putting his faith in KD was petty like the Green Goblin. Kyrie is a wannabe hippie and Saturday Night Fever Simmons. He spends more time working on his dance move than his jumper. Y'all are so foul, man. You know what? I'm going to just say this. When the season goes down, and at the end of the season, if my team is standing last, don't even come on the show.
Like I said, championship. He said championship. Like I said, he said championship.
What word did he just use, Bishop?
If.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if. I'm gonna say if. I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna guarantee stuff.
I saw something online that Ben Simmons is coming out with a new shooting sleeve design. So maybe he might be shooting more this season. So
well, you heard what he told JJ Redick, right? I can shoot. I just have to start shooting now to show everybody I can really shoot. All right.
Oh man,
I'm with you, bro. I want to see him do good. I like him.
Yo, do you see what I got to go through with this BS?
Well, my man, he called Ben Simmons. Oh man, it's funny.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Well, but he broke it down. They broke it down. I don't see how the Nets, because every season for the past 3 seasons, the thing that I've always heard is that they look good on paper. Right. Yo, I don't know, man. I mean, you can count on KD, but I'm kind of nervous about Ben Simmons and Kyrie.
I'm not really nervous. I don't like Kyrie at all, but the bottom line is he does score efficiently. 27 points a night. I get that. I don't like him again. I don't like him personally, but I'll take that 27.
But he's always the elephant in the room.
He is.
He's always the elephant in the room, no matter where he's been. It's not like he brought this. It ain't like he brought this wojo just to you.
Right.
He's had this wojo for the last umpteen team.
This is true, Dom. I don't like the dude at all. Trust me.
Perfect. He's perfect for the Brooklyn novellas.
See, that's because
it's a melodramatic. It's a melodramatic. It's like, yo, it's perfect. It's perfect. Man. It's like
I said, the guys that we got, outside of those three, you got Seth Curry, we got Joe Harris coming back. We got what's that guy's name? Ron. We got TJ Warren. We're gonna be fine. I'm not even worried about it. Even with the jokes, I'm not even worried about it.
One thing the Brooklyn Nets definitely have is shooting.
Yeah.
Y'all have shooting for sure.
Exactly. I'm not even worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
In the last two seasons, when they were able to put a team on the court, they were shooting lights out. But so was the other team. So was the other team. So it's like, we shooting lights out. We putting points up on the board. We can't defend nobody.
Not this go around. We can't
defend nobody.
We got Simmons, who's going to be the great perimeter defender.
And let's not forget. I love R because he does the slick stuff. Because he brings out the points that he knows we're going to bring out, so that when we bring him out, he'll say, "Oh, see." Because how did he start this? Well, they say we can't defend. They say we can't rebound. You're right. So
like
Claxton, me and Bishop echo what you say.
Yeah. Claxton is put on weight. It's like, dude, so he was like 72 pounds soaking wet. So now you say
now he weighs about 20.
Yeah, no. Now you say he's 7 feet, like 280, and he's a force in the paint.
Oh God!
He's still the same light in the ass player that he's always been. And now you're going to be asking Ben. You're going to be asking Ben Simmons to defend the big, defend on the perimeter, defend everybody. He's going to have to defend everybody.
We're gonna be fine.
Ronan has to understand, man, that my bucket list will not be complete if he does not show up on this show.
What's the deadline? What's the deadline for them blowing up this team? Because this team got to produce this year.
They will, and brother, they will.
Just like
here's the good thing though. They don't have to re-sign Kyrie. Kyrie can say what he wants about the money he lost. Remember, the stuff that me and Bishop talk about. This whole offseason started with, I'm not going to opt in. Then he trade me. And nobody wanted him. Nobody bid off on him. And then, I'm going to opt in. Like, you're doing the Nets a favor. No, bro. You're opting in because nobody opted in on your ass. So you had to opt in to get your money. We get that. So that's over. I do not think.
And my thing is this. He opted in. You know what I'm saying? You're going to want to play lights out this year because you want to get signed.
Right.
Dude, and he's going to make money. He's going to make money regardless.
He is, but I'm just saying. Yeah. He's going to play lights out this year.
I don't think the Nets will re-sign him. I've said that. Remember during the offseason, when he was going through all this, I said the Nets ain't going to re-sign him. He's going to have to opt in.
And I don't want him. I don't want him.
And he opted in.
So the problem that we have in here is, again, I asked this question. When in the history of the NBA has a GM not been able to manage the superstars and allow them to placate their egos and whatever it is he needs to do in order to get the best out of the players that you signed supposedly to win this championship? When has that ever happened? Because you had 3 perennial all-stars on that team, and you couldn't keep the boat afloat. Now you got 2 perennial all-stars.
The Lakers just did it too, so
right. But I'm just saying, it's the expectation for the Lakers wasn't because they had old supporting cast, so they had already wrote them off. The Nets have all young players. They got a lot of young players, as R mentioned. They got a lot of young players. They got guys who fit with what they should be. But it's like the core guys, the ones that are supposed to be the foundation of the, like all of them are like unstable. Like all of them are unstable. So I don't know. I don't understand how you expect, like at some point now, that they're gonna morph into these pillars of stability.
We will be fine. That's all you need to know.
Okay, and what's today? Today is the 27th
26th
of September.
27th of September.
Yes.
I'm going to replay this in my head and for everybody when R gets on and is going on one of his rants about how they just can't get it together and they just need to focus on basketball and how much he hates Kyrie and how much he thinks KD is a bitch and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And remember, out of all of this, we still haven't heard from KD's mommy.
And remember, Bishop, I said if. Remember, Bishop, I said if.
Exactly.
It's coming. If this young man is with us in April, you'll hear this story again. I will be sitting there like he is now, laughing, pissed off.
Yeah, you remember last
Ronan
season.
Will be telling jokes.
You remember last season and the season before last when I said what I said and he roasted me. He made me seem like I was like I was crazy, and it was like, what is this dude talking about? What's this dude talking about? And then when it all came to pass, he said, well, before we start, what I like to do, I like to apologize for everything
he ain't never apologized.
He apologized. I remember he apologized. I wrote him a statement. That he could have read, but he didn't read the statement. He did give like this half-ass apology. Well, he was kind of right in some sort of way, sense, and so forth. But
man,
I'll wait.
Bishop, remember when he was boasting about how the Nets get free agents?
Yes,
you got two free agents in the last 150 years.
The Knicks need to follow that. That's why the Knicks can't do this, and that's why the Knicks can't do that. And they need to look at the Nets model and follow that model in order to be a better organization, and so forth and so on, and blah blah blah.
I can't even remember how many excuses he came up with last year when I said, "Damn, only one team got swept in the playoffs last year, and it was the Nets."
Oh man, let me tell you something. Hold on a second. Let me just address my man DU for a second. You see, you're hearing all this bullshit right now that's going on. At the same time, while they're going off on me, one guy named the Bishop in that Boston series. Oh, I'm going to take Brooklyn. I'm going to take Brooklyn should win.
They should have won.
Right.
They should have won. They should have won.
So
they should have won.
Yeah, they should have won.
I said the same thing.
Yes.
I thought the Nets were going to the conference finals.
I didn't say conference finals. I said they were going to win.
I did.
I said they were going to win that first round because they were. If you look on paper,
so much.
But then you got
so much for the Brooklyn haters. But yet now you want to jump on my side. Fuck out of here! I ain't trying to hear that.
Jumping on your side. I'm just jumping on your side.
It was just a sheer basketball thing. You know, when you match up two teams, whether you like them or hate them, when you match up two teams, and again, we've had these conversations. Bishop had them beating Boston. I had them going to the conference finals, and especially when this guy got hurt, that guy got. When Middleton got hurt, I was like, well, somebody's gonna knock Milwaukee off. So if the Nets beat Boston, that means they'll beat Milwaukee. I have zero faith in Philly. Right. And we all see how Miami got exposed during the playoffs. I'm thinking, the Nets could beat any one of them.
Right.
You know, Miami can't score 86 points on a hot night. I know they could beat them. Even with the lack of defense the Nets play, they could beat the Heat.
Right.
And what happened? They fell apart and got swept. Didn't even win a game.
Because who's
and
the
then here comes R. Well, you know,
you said that. You said, well, the Bishop said that they were going to win.
Yeah.
and this and that. And Dom, you said that they were going to win too. So now y'all bandwagon Novellas fans and this and that. Please don't ever. Yeah, I'm the official. Like if you look at Brooklyn Novellas hater, my face is there. I'm the official Novellas hater. And like I said, when I was living in New York, if the Novellas played in my backyard, I would turn the fucking lights off, dude. That's how much I hate them. Like, yo, you don't even know. I would disconnect the line myself.
Oh,
you don't even deserve electricity.
I can't.
Play in the dark. Play in the dark.
Man.
Like, yo, New York,
Wow.
New York is Nicktown, boy. Nicktown.
Nah, negative, man. Negative.
You know that, R. Stop.
Nah.
You know that. As bad as the Knicks are, man, the Nets don't rate. I mean, as much as I love the Knicks, I can never put the Knicks ahead of the Yankees. But I damn sure can't put the Nets ahead of the Knicks. No.
Like,
I can't put the Nets ahead of the Rangers.
Free agents. They're getting free agents and this and that. Dude, like how many players in the league have been like, yo, I'm going to Brooklyn. I'm going to Brooklyn. How many? How many?
The two craziest guys in the NBA, Durant and Irving.
The most unstable. They say, yeah, we're gonna meet up in Brooklyn. We're gonna meet up in Brooklyn. Oh, it's like, yeah, we get free agents, we get this. In the history of the Brooklyn Novellas, what player has said, hey, I want to go to Brooklyn?
It's ironic that the two most unstable individuals pick New York, who has probably some of the best psych wards in America, where they could just go check in somewhere. But that's a story for another day.
That's it. I'm gonna shut this down for the night. But
Thank you, R.
Thanks, Dom. Thanks,
man.
Bishop. DU, thanks for chiming in with us, man, tonight.
Yo, I enjoyed myself. You guys had me cracking up, man.
Yeah, man. It's always a battle here. It's always a battle.
Man. Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Basketball season starts. Gonna be a long one, right?
Yeah, you already know. Chat room, Ronan Black. Thank you, Black Atcha. Of course, my man Ali Dawes. Ronan. Did I say Ronan Black? I said Ronan Black. Big Reg, my man. Anybody else I left out? Listen, thank you. Blessings. We'll see you next time on In the Paint.
Hey, and Max didn't even say bye.
Yeah. Oh, he said to say goodnight to you guys. He had to take care of some business.
He was in Starbucks. He was in Starbucks.
Trying to get some Wi-Fi.
Yeah.